special video. Before we get into today's video anyway, I'd like to say thank you for everyone for joining me today. Now, I'm going to be doing this car review drive today. Every now and then I grab hold of a very iconic car, a very legendary, rare cars I like to sort of get hold of and bring to the channel. It's not all about Fords on here, I do like a variety of different cars, but when I get hold of something as rare and as exquisite as this, I have to come and bring it to the channel. I have to. I'm not a car reviewer, so I apologise, I'm not the best at this sort of thing, as you know. I do know about my cars, but don't take this as a car review, because this car has been out for a very, very long time. And because there's only a certain amount left on the road, there's only a certain amount of number, and I love these cars, so I had them when I was a teenager. I had these cars, and I've always understood, and I know what they're about, so I couldn't say no. That I've had in the past, and that holds a very dear, close place in my car heart of memories. I wish I kept mine back in the day. So before we do get into today's video, like and subscribe, you're going to want to do that. You're going to be sure to check it out. The steering is incredibly heavy in this car. Now today, we are driving a very, very rare, there's only 500 of them made, there's probably less than about 100 probably on the road now. I'm driving a very, very rare Renault Clio 182 Trophy. This is the last ever of the hurrah of the 182s, the 2-litre era of this car. Not so much the 197s or the 200s. I don't know if they made a trophy in that version, but I know they did. The 182 is the one that I've always wanted. So this is the 182 Trophy. Now what makes this one completely different from the normal 182s and 172s? Now they came in so many different varieties and different styles. 172 was 170 horsepower, 182 180 horsepower, and it had the two exits at the back of the exhaust. The 172 didn't come with an exhaust exit, it's just a single exhaust because it had actually a spare wheel well, where the 182s don't actually have a spare wheel well, it's a flat floor in back. So yeah, so this one though is different from any other 182. It's different from a 182 normal version, it's different from a 182 Cup. This is like the ultimate one. This is the Trophy. This is the one that's had all the suspension beefed up. The handling's been beefed up on this car. It's got some lightweight Tony wheels on it as well. I can't remember what tyres it had on it when it first came out as new, but this car was so impressive back in the day that Evo magazine and What Car magazine did this car as like one of the best handling cars they probably ever drove on the back road, and it outdone a Lamborghini Gallardo. That just goes to show on how capable this sort of car is. Now this is the 182 Trophy, so this one's had, like I said, it has some suspension work done to it. So it's at the front suspension, we have a tunnel, quickly. The front suspension's been beefed up, like I was saying. So we've got double shock absorbers in the front. It's got, I say that, it's got like a reservoir, so it's like race cars. This has got a race car handling at the front, and it's got two on either side, like reservoirs of overflow of oil. So these dampers on here are incredibly race car. That's basically what it is. It's got race car handling on the front. I love that. Just get a hum in there. It's nice. Really puts a smile on your face. Getting back into an actually aspirated engine. It's just. But this one's a bit different. This one's had a bit of work done to the engine. As you're about to hear. That's right. This thing's been cammed. It's had some head work done and it's been cammed. Love it! Oh my god. I'm not going to be too mad. Listen to that though. That sounded absolutely fantastic. Hit 5,000 RPM and it revs away to 7,200 RPM. And it screams all the way. And it wants it. It loves it. It wants you to get there. The crossover God, yeah. I'm checking out around about 6,000 RPM. 6,500 RPM. I'm changing gear. I'm not. I can't get there. I'm just checking it out because this thing is mental. Oh my God. The Focus ST put a smile. This is not. I'm not comparing, but the Focus ST put a smile on my face when it got going. You got to wait for the turbo to spool up, and it got going. It was good. It was fun. It was exhilarating. That exhaust, that voice in the front. You get out of that. You get back into an naturally aspirated car, and you think, what the? I miss having a car like this. Oh man, it's a different experience. It's just absolutely mental. It's so fun. If you haven't driven one of these cars, or you have and you've experienced and you know what I'm on about, if you haven't, do it. Get one and just do it. You won't regret it. You won't regret. If you have a friend who's got one, ask them to drive it, and you know where I'm coming from. Alright then guys, so look at this on the outside. It looks amazing. The colour, the wheels. Very quickly, I just apologise as well for any wind. It is incredible. The day I come to do this, as the rain will be windy, so I will try and do my best. Yeah, so I apologise for any wind, so I've had to move around here quickly to get away from the wind. So as you can see, this thing looks absolutely amazing in red. And then plate's been blanked out because the owner has asked me not to reveal that, so if you see it, don't say anything. We'll try and do my best. Look at this thing. I'm just going to let you admire it. You can see it's a trophy. It's got the trophy logos on the side. It's got the lightweight turny wheels on here. Might just be able to see a bit of yellow. We'll get to the suspension, and then the back of the car, I've got the twin exit exhaust as well. We'll work our way around it. Let me just work around here quickly. Now, this is a 182. It's got lightweight turny wheels on here, so I had these on my 172. You can just about see in there the trickery of the suspension. It's got the yellow shocks. You might be able to see the second reservoir, so that's the second oil reservoir. You've got the main shock tower right there. So yeah, some real trickery on the suspension side. And on the back as well, it's definitely got some uprated springs, much thicker, and the shocks as well. I think they might be slightly adjustable. It's got discs all round, and you can tell it's a trophy because it's got the trophy logo at the bottom. But the stance of the whole car itself is absolutely amazing. It just looks such a good looking car, even though how old they are now. 2005 upwards to, I think they went to 2008, 9, so they went on a little while. It's been a while. I've not really done too much research on how long these actually ran for, but I do know the trophy edition is the one to grab hold of, or anyone really. The cut versions are really, really good because they had the lightweight version. There's only a limited amount of number of these. There's 500 of them made, and less than that on the road now. Yeah, exterior isn't much different from the 182 normal, just with the trophy logo, and that's about it. And the wheels, it's where you notice on the inside, with these crazy looking Recaro bucket seats. Now these aren't height adjustable, so they are only, you can go back and forth, and you can actually tilt them as well, so you can get your passengers in and out the back still. And these are very, very nice. These have been in all kinds of cars over the years. Evos, I've got them in now, really. Integras, Honda, things like that. But Recaro have been around for years. They've been in all kinds of cars, but these just look like a very similar style to the rest of those other vehicles I just said. And I think they look great. And then you've got the original trophy floor mats. They look fantastic. You get the Renault Sport on the door sill here as well. It's no different from a 182 in here, just with these very nice seats, but it's a nice place to be. The only downside for me is that steering wheel. And a lot of people say about it. I had the issue with my 172 until I changed the steering wheel. You just need a smaller steering wheel in here. It's too big. I'm a tall guy. I'm about 6'2", 6'3", something like that, and I've got tall, long legs. And the steering wheel only has up and down adjustability, no in or out. So the steering wheel in these cars are a nightmare. They're too big, and because the seats don't adjust up and down, you are literally sort of stuck between the up and down on the steering wheel, and it's a bit of a nightmare to the steering wheel. That's like a truck steering wheel. I don't know why Renault did that, but I know a lot of guys on the forums stuff over the years have just moaned about steering wheels, and yeah, they're not the best, but they do have very nice thumb grips in here in carbon fibre, as you could sort of see. Very, very nice. Quite a common thing for those to start perishing over the years. And yeah, got some nice sporty pedals in here as well. They look very, very nice. Just sort of makes the interior a bit nicer place. And it's just got some nice silvery trim work in here on this side and the other side, along on the steering wheel as well. So it looks nice. Just normal Clio stuff in here. Nothing you're going to find. Glove box, nice and deep as well. But these seats, very, very comfortable, very, very supportive, to be honest. Very, very nice. It does have some pull-outs here as well. I'm guessing how that works somehow. Like that, you see. Just pull that out if you want the extra leg room, I guess, or the extra support for your legs. Overall, though, very, very nice. I do like that. Like I said, this one's had some engine work done to it, and you can sort of see there's some stuff going on in here. I mean, we've got uprated mounts, we've got uprated, everything's been uprated, suspension mounts. Well, looks at top mounts from K-tec, they look very K-tec-y. Got the strut bar as well, nice colour, very nice. Definitely a bold colour to have on a red car. We've even got K-tec racing air intake and air filter, KTR. Yeah, the Renault boys will know about this. So a lot of work has gone to the engine. These respond very, very well to CAMS, and my 172 had ported intakes, top and bottom. Throttle body was also done. I had an intake system very similar to this, and that was enough for me. And then I had an exhaust done, and then I went cammed. I cammed my 172. I had head work done, valves and stuff like that. I loved it, absolutely loved it. Brilliant car. Wish I kept it to this day. And now it's starting to rain quite hard, so I'm going to jump in the car and we'll go for another drive. It's a good thing I ran to the car when I did, because look, it just started raining. Great. It always happens when I come to do reviews. But yeah, it's a nice place to be in here. The seats are really, really comfortable, really, really supportive. I'm quite a slimish guy, so it sort of holds me very, very well. And yeah, I'm comfortable. Like I said, the steering wheel, as you can see, is a bit big. I'm looking at my legs, that's as high as the steering wheel goes, so I'm sort of setting my legs apart like that, just so that I don't get in the way of turning. So yeah, I would recommend putting a smaller steering wheel on these. So we're going to go for another drive, and I'll tell you what it's like driving. The sun's starting to sort of come out, trying to come out, so I'm going to have my sunnies on. So it makes it look like I'm looking at you, but I'm really looking at the road. So, like I said, it's nice in here. It is nice. Because I had one of these cars when I was young, I was small when I was younger. I couldn't remember how claustrophobic they are. It's quite claustrophobic in here. I'm not going to lie. You do feel like the door is on you. You're sort of like that. That's what you feel like. But once you start driving it and start going, you sort of forget. And it also makes it better if you are driving this thing on the track, or like, if you're on a nice back road, like on a very, very nice day. It's because where it's so narrow and small, you can see every corner. You can see where you've got to put the car. You can see how the car wants to sit and settle once you come out the corner. So it's really, it is sort of thought out. I know modern cars these days have got bigger, heavier, fatter, smaller engines now. So you sort of, you have to feed it, and that's what I love. Let's go. 5,000. I only go to 6,500 RPM. Still got another 500, 600 RPM to go. I can't dare take it there. It just feels like you're hurting it, but it ain't. It wants to get there. It's mental. And it sounds, the crossover, it sounds amazing. You can probably hear it on camera. It puts a smile on your face. It really does. And that black cloud over there does not look promising. That is very, very dark. That's not my glasses either. I'm going into that. I hope it holds off a little bit. You know what I mean? So, we're going to get a bit of a straight up here now, so we can sort of get going again. Spring miles to go. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to end the video here. Like and subscribe. I will every now and then chuck up some more driving videos once I get hold of some cool cars like this again. Thanks very much. I'm going through a village now, so I'll give you a little bit. Sounds alright. Get a little bit of burbling from the overrun.